There it is. We are live. I'm in the dark. Jesus, wait a minute. I got all these special lights behind me and none in front of me.
Your disco lights aren't on though. I can see your little stream lights up there.
Mm-hmm. They're supposed to be changing colors, aren't they?
Your sound is louder tonight. It's good.
Hopefully, I got this mic business situated. I mean, I don't ever move it or nothing. I just plug it in and unplug it. Plug it in and plug it out. Anyway, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? Hope everyone's fine. Everyone's good. Everyone's great. Everyone's airy. We have a few announcements here at the beginning. Also, I wanted to say, for those who are new, welcome, first of all, that we start at the same time every single week. We've been doing this for 2 years. For those who are new, welcome, first of all. Our anniversary of starting this or doing this is coming up next month. But we've been doing this for 2 years, the same time every time. It's 7 p.m. Central. So it'll 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 8 Eastern every single time. If you live somewhere across the pond, you do your own math. I'm not your teacher on that. So
I can't believe it's been 2 years though.
Me neither.
2 years.
But I didn't join you guys right away. So
it's still the same thing.
It went by quick. We were the first to do a collab live on a Sunday night and decided to do it every Sunday night as soon as we got off.
Mm-hmm. Everybody copies, whether you like me or not, whether you like her or not, whether you like her or not, you copied.
Johnny introduced the StreamYard and figured it out because I kept saying, "How can we go live together?"
At the same time.
I'm tired of doing these videos and having to upload them. Oh, here comes Artie.
I see Peggy. Hi, Peggy.
Hi,
hello.
Peggy.
Hey, Miss Peggy.
So next month on the 31st of October, Halloween, we are going to be doing a Halloween stream. Naturally, it's it's on a Sunday, so we're going to do the stream anyway, but we're going to have a little Halloween theme-ish. I got some bits and pieces of a costume that I'm going to wear. So make sure you tune in for that. We're going to do some spooky related questions, so everything won't be so political. We'll have a little fun on that one. And we're going to announce this, of course, until the day comes. But that, again, is our 2-year anniversary of doing this. So we will be just us, no guest or anything like that. So it'll be us in our brand of entertainment.
We'll save the guests for New Year's Eve.
Yes. I'm going to do a giveaway at the end. It is the Touch Tone Carrots by Cat Black. And so we'll do the giveaway there at the end. If you would like a reading with Jen Lynn Tarot, go to jenlyntarot.com. Don't email her. You will never get a reading that one. Prayers for the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando. Someone put in the comments on the community post. They had a fire. So prayers for that. I will be live with Tony on Tuesday and Tony and Lori on Wednesday. That's all I had.
Yeah, not tomorrow, but the following Monday, I'm going to do a Monday morning live with Jody Roberts doing sound meditation, and we're going to call it the Sacred Sounds of Coffee because I am not a morning person. We stay up late on Sunday nights in the after show, and I'm going to get up. I'll probably be in my jammies, but Jody's going to be there doing all her sound stuff. So it might be a little bit funny and bizarre.
So y'all had anything else?
Only if you want to hear the Lucy story.
Oh, Lucy, the vampire hunter. Go for it.
Well, it started Thursday night into Friday morning, like 3 a.m. You know, I live in a house built in 1862 when Lincoln was president. So it's an old house. And when the weather snaps, I get mice that come in from the cornfields behind the house. So she caught a mouse Thursday night. And I knew it because I'm laying there sound asleep. And all of a sudden she's going, ear, ear. Yeah, not opening her mouth. Thanks, Laura. And so I know she's got a mouse in her mouth. I'm like, oh God. So I start flipping on lights and I get up and she's like escorting me down the stairs. And I'm like, thank God she didn't bring it to bed. Like, I was like relieved, like she didn't jump in bed and drop the present. And so I get downstairs and she drops it and it scoots off because she didn't kill it. And
oh my God.
It's like been running around for 2 days. And she finally caught it last night. And again, she was in the kitchen. I heard, and she drops it. And I was like, oh, thank God it was dead. I was like, if you're gonna wake me up, you better make sure that you've gotten it all the way.
He wanted you to go tell all the other mouse, don't come around here.
Yeah.
And he didn't leave. So it's like, okay, fine. Example sets. Here we go.
She's a good mouser, and luckily I only get like a couple a year in the house, but when the weather turns a little bit cold. But I know not everybody wants to hear a dead mouse story. Thank you, Astrid.
Thank you, Astrid. Well, I won't go there.
What?
Is that a good segue or what?
We'll do that one later.
I can retell the story later if you need a good segue again.
Oh gosh.
Here we go.
We starting off. Okay. Let's start here, actually, since a lot of people asked about, this is something else I want to say. So here is a link right here in the chats, in the chits and chats. That is to You Ask Tarot. Dana is her name. She did a reading on the missing girl and her boyfriend and the whole bit. I'm not going there. I don't find missing people. I don't want to do that whole reading and all that stuff. I tried that stuff before. It doesn't work for me. So she did a reading, not that she was looking for the girl, but she did a reading about the situation. So if y'all want to see a reading on that, because we got a lot of questions about it, there you go.
I personally think you don't have to be psychic to know she's gone, because he returned all the way from Wyoming in her car. So basically he stole her car without her. So where is she? She's not here, guys.
They found her body, says Peggy. So, I mean, yeah. I don't know what to read on that. So,
Johnny, did you want to announce it now, or for after we're done, for people to stay if they, or did you want to announce that later?
I have no idea what that is. Go ahead.
I want to give it away. There was a hint in the giveaway.
Oh no, I didn't announce that.
Oh, you did announce it? Okay. I thought I missed it.
Oh, now they're all telling dead mice stories in chat.
Okay, so we're going to start with, will there be a special counsel created to investigate the Larry Nassar abuse scandal when he abused the Olympic girls? If yes, what's going to happen next after that? If no, why not?
Wait, yes for what?
If yes, what will happen? If a special counsel will be created to investigate.
If a special counsel will be created. I want him to hold accountable the guys that lied on the documentation of the witnesses' testimony.
Because what they have, what I read now is they're just, I guess, rooming whether they're going to actually create a special counsel or investigate at all. So, will one be created?
I'd kind of like to know is, after Kavanaugh screw up and now this, if Christopher Wray's going to get forced out. As a follow-up. Special counsel. That was heartbreaking to watch some of those girls' testimonies. Very emotional. Ooh, big yes on the bottom. From both sides of the aisle. Moving forward with an investigation. Somebody's going to be put in defense mode. Somebody's going to have charges over this. Somebody's going to court over it. Somebody that worked on the case is going to court on it. I was asking clarifier who's going. So one of the FBI guys, I think, is going to court over it.
Check it back.
I got a yes. There's going to be quite a few people, perhaps in government, that are interviewing to get to the bottom of why this whole thing was covered up, gaslit, covered up. Yeah.
And let's just say, let's not have Matt Gaetz asking any questions.
Please.
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
I'll say it. Ask the rapists about rapists. Let's not.
Mm-hmm.
King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. There is legal information coming. There is legal documents that will be presented, which means we have a court case coming. The King of Swords is also someone in an official officer role for me. So this is maybe someone in the FBI that may also be called to the carpet on that. The Six of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. There will be someone of prominent stature, someone who is a little more elevated that is also caught up in this, whether or not we see them in court. They are trying to fight that by the Five of Swords. So they have a little more pull to try to keep themselves out of danger, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to always happen here with the kids, with the Six of Cups. It ends in the Seven of Pentacles, which means that there's a lot of information coming from the past. There's a lot of information that was swept under the rug. All that's coming back up, and there's going to be a lot more testimonies. There's going to be a lot of emotions. This is going to probably be a national type story that everybody's going to be talking about forever. So, yeah, there will be.
And let's not have Jim Jordan ask any questions either.
God,
because
GYM Jordan,
somebody that covered up for
that's his playbook.
Someone else doesn't need to be opening his mouth.
Well, speaking of opening your mouth. Donald Trump, I want to know from the card's perspective, how dangerous was he? There's a bunch of stories coming out about all these different generals that were prepared, I guess, to basically put their entire career on the line to undermine their commander-in-chief. It's like, I was prepared to do this so that this didn't happen. I was prepared to do this so this didn't happen. The recent one
with Milley,
to write down the question.
General Milley, yeah. In the book Carroll, it's all coming out. I got to get that book.
Roland asked her. See Roland there. She asked a question about him, and I forgot to write that down. But how dangerous was he? Was there always a safeguard in place, like they were watching out for us, even though we didn't know it, or what?
And Pence came really close to doing his bidding. I mean, that was the most dangerous part, I thought. Never mind that he might have started a nuclear war. I get that. But Pence almost went and did his bidding.
Oh, I remembered. I got the question in here, so we're going to ask that one next because it ties into this still about General Milley. And thank you all for the questions. We had like over 120 questions. So naturally we'll probably get to 10. You know how we do.
I don't have my guitar lesson tomorrow. My guitar teacher's on vacation. I might try to go live and do some questions we don't get to tonight. Like early evening. Yeah, there was all kinds of support because they thought there was going to be a power struggle, a coup. So they did all their pre-planning on it to try to safeguard America. They knew it was coming for a long time. Like they saw it coming, because he'd been saying since, April that, if he lost, it was because the election was rigged. So, yeah, there's, those in support of the fool getting ready to block him. It was pretty serious. They had wisdom. They had knowledge of of the details of what he wanted to do. So, yep. They knew he was just waiting on the opportunity, and that he was enough of a lunatic he'd do something. And I think something about Putin's going to come out, like Putin telling him how to stage a coup kind of thing, getting advice from him. Which, by the way, if anybody hasn't seen the update, Putin's party has pretty much won the Russian election again. Surprise, surprise, you know.
What'd you get, Becca?
Very dangerous. We got the clouds here, worst card of the deck. Not just dangerous as far as the transition here of power, but also persistent danger as far as like foreign policy is concerned as well, because we have the ship right in the middle, which is transfer travel, something far, persistent here. So he was a big danger here and abroad. So
yeah, I get the Hangman and the Queen of Pentacles. That's my America card. Then there's the High Priestess and the Eight of Pentacles. Something started, and I got a hit, a recollection that, now mind you, they've been looking at this fool from the beginning because they knew who he was. They knew the rhetoric that he used, and they knew that we were going to have to possibly do something that we never thought we would have to, you know. But remember back in the day when Donald Trump took a order from his master and called the Russian spies into the Oval Office, and the American press was not allowed in, but the Russian press was. Mm-hmm. So then on out, there was a close watch on betrayal. So it's like, you brought Russian spies into the Oval Office. You're actually not on our side. We do know this. And so they were all prepared to do whatever it is they had to do to make sure that we didn't all go up in flames.
Well, not only that, he like you said, he invited the Russian spies here. He tried to have a meeting with the freaking, who was it, the Taliban at Camp David, all while actively undermining intelligence, the military, and anybody else that was in for our national security. Like,
bring the Russian spies into the Oval Office. Bring the terrorists into Camp David.
Day one in the Oval Office. There they are.
Yep.
So Roland asked, I didn't write it down, but I got it here. Will General Milley be forced to resign or retire because the Republicans are now saying he did something wrong with his call?
Yeah,
so they tried to,
they're trying to say because he was going to deny the authority of the president, but no, his oath is to the Constitution, not the president.
So they're wanting him to resign because
will he have to is the question. Right now, they're just trying to basically sully his name, saying he did something wrong, undermining his commander-in-chief, blah blah type thing.
And not a word on Trump, doing all the underhanded things to try to stay in power.
Trying to destroy the world, pinky on the brain.
How many Republicans does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Just as many as it takes to find it, because somebody stole it. I guarantee it.
They got it for sale on eBay for several million.
Oh, this wasn't a question. I just wrote it down. So we did a reading a while back when Dr. Lino Rodriguez from the Tarot Down Under was with us about what is the next thing after ivermectin and bleach and not universal. I almost want to say universal light. What you call ultraviolet light and all that.
Yeah. So
apparently, snake venom is one thing that they're looking into to cure COVID. Now, here's my problem already. First of all, let's start here. I know I'm on the side tangent, but
for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, we do not believe in any of these cures.
Do not go
off the rails, so just pardon me for a moment. If you don't have COVID, what are you treating exactly, first of all? And Cole told you are a member. That little thing next to your name, that's a membership button. So you're a member already. So if you don't have COVID, what are you treating? So you don't need ivermectin if you don't have COVID. So I don't really understand. Anyway, so snake venom was one, turpentine was another, iodine and betadine, which is like iodine. It's for burns and scratches and scrapes and things. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's, because they're antiseptics. And so you're okay.
I remember I said something about a household something you can find in your household. I'm trying to remember what y'all were saying.
I said it was a liquid. We all said liquid. All of us said liquid, I believe. And I said it was something you had to purify, that you had to like boil or something. That you can't just take it like it is. You have to do something else too. Swallow iodine if you want to, but I would say don't, just as public service announcement. But
I'm wondering how many of them are going to go like, remember that show Bear Grylls on like Animal Planet or National Geographic? Mm-hmm. They're going to go out there in the desert, like start hunting for like venomous snakes. We're
going to lose some to snake bite. We're going to lose some to COVID, and we're going to lose some to drinking snake venom and turpentine. Oh my God, their base is shrinking daily. They've had eight right-wing radio show guys that have died of COVID so far. 8
COVID deniers,
anti-vaxxers.
And then the one lady that died of COVID, who was an anti-vaxxer, anti-masker COVID denier. Now the Quackanons are saying that she only died because the hospitals refused to treat her with the horse dewormer, which is like, how can you say COVID is not real while arguing that she died because she was treated for something that's not real?
Yeah.
Why don't you go down to the feed store and buy your own?
And didn't give her the fake cure. For the something that's not real.
Yeah, I can't.
I really.
Oh, wait, we were reading on Milley. General Milley. Is he going to be forced out?
Yes.
I was like, what was our question? We digressed.
That was a fun rant, though.
It's always fun to read with Lena.
Don't eat snakes. Don't go to your place where they sell stuff for animals and eat that, and go get rabies shots or anything like that. Just go
do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Because if you want to swallow iodine, you go right ahead. Just remember 2024 is going to come with or without you. So if you want to vote, then probably don't swallow poison.
Put your affairs in order and do what you want to do.
I like what Michael Brotzman is saying. He's saying stupid is now an official cause of death in this country in 2020.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, as they say. I can't. I really can't. But you do what you want to do. I mean, everybody's going to die, so do what you want to do. What you get back?
I get he's very highly trusted, very well received. They're not diminishing, but putting a really big damper and weight on his standing, how he's seen here. But are they going to force him into it? No. They don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to forcing him to resign, because he made a sacrifice here, but they're also punishing him there by doing this to him, trying to take away not his honor, but his good standing. See what I'm saying? So, no.
Yeah. I get bad mouthing him to talking him up, trying to talk about how he betrayed. But I get, like he'll be questioned by a committee, and there'll be Republicans on that committee. But he's solid. He's there. He's in control. He's trusted. He's not going anywhere. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, Pam. I get the first 2 cards, the Tower and the 5 of Pentacles. It's just pushed out and disaster.
That looks bad.
There is some definitely some attempts, because it ends in the 7 of Swords. The problem with this, with their attempt to push out and to tear down, is it's a scheme and everybody can see it. Mm-hmm. You're not upset.
You weren't upset by what Trump did that caused Milley to have to do this. So
you're not upset.
It's all theater. It's all political theater. And what's really disgusting is this was the party that just a few years ago prided themselves on the party of the police, the military, and everything else. And now it's like police, yeah, we don't need them. There are a bunch of traitors who didn't do what Trump wanted them to do. Mm-hmm. Military, yeah, a bunch of sore suckers and losers who didn't do what Trump wanted them to do. Like, what do you have left? What do you have left? You can't, And then there was, what's his face, McCarthy, that didn't do anything for these Capitol Police that helped out during the riot, but he sent them Chick-fil-A. Jesus chicken. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. After he called Trump and said, hey, call off the attack.
Yeah.
Got scared, but the police that are defending you outside, they get a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yep.
Did you see all the fake FBI guys or fake Secret Service guys yesterday at the rally? It was hysterical.
I didn't see the rally yesterday. What?
There was some estimates were less than 200. I think the highest estimate was 400 to 450, and that was being generous because there were more news people there than rioters.
So I get also that during Biden's administration, King of Pentacles, he's not going nowhere unless he wants to. So no, he's with the Four of Swords. This could be his retreat, but it's sometime in the future. So he retires on his own. Speaking of the riot gang, the Justice for Jan 6. Why the low turnout? That's what I want to know. Why the low turnout? The police now here, because let me say another rant. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. This is my channel. I'll say what I want to say. Why? Never mind.
Now, don't do that to us. Rant. If you're going to promise a rant, you have to rant.
Never mind. Here's what I wanted to know about. Okay, first, why the low turnout? Then I have a second question on that. Because this is what I was going to say. You're not brave, okay? The police were deterrent. You first of all, you were not brave. Second of all, some of y'all got a few brains, and you said, oh, wait, last time this happened, a bunch of people got arrested and their entire life went to hell. So maybe, thank you, Patty, maybe I should not go there. Maybe I should just protest silently in my community and on my Facebook page.
There was a young kid there. I would put him like 19, 20, something like that, 21. The CNN was talking to and interviewing, and the reporter was like, well, what did you think about, all the videos of the cops that were injured and everything? Because the kid was saying, it was all staged. No cops were injured. So the kid was like, hadn't even seen the video because all he watches is Fox News. So they played the video where that cop was smashed in the door, and we're showing it to him. He goes, oh, he could have pulled back.
No, they have an excuse for everything.
For everything. It's like.
Yeah. When it was the whole Black Lives Matter, it was Blue Lives Matter. And how quickly they threw that out the door when it was a bunch of white racists storming the Capitol. Then it's okay to kill cops.
No, we don't like cops.
We're friends with cops so long as they're killing the black folk. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
I have to say it. If that's the gene pool, I'm okay with survival of the fittest and COVID getting them all. I'm sorry. I'm just okay with depleting that gene pool.
Thinning the herd.
Thin the herd. I won't shed a tear.
Not Mother Teresa.
Come on and speak it, Miss Psychic, because I was just about to say it. I am not Mother Teresa. If they all fell off the planet tomorrow, I'd be okay with that. I really would. Now, I understand some of these are our family and our friends. Okay.
Nope.
I'm okay with that.
I'll see you when you come back. You're probably
on the other side when you got some sense in you. I always say, people you can't talk to when they're here, it's much easier when they're over there. Because I get it.
Sometimes they just need to learn. Why the low turnout? Rebecca, what you get first?
No, go ahead, Johnny.
I get that who was coming. Like this, mind you, let's keep this straight too here with the media. This is part of their narrative. This is part of their story. Thank God for magic cards, because you can get a little glimpse into the future, if you will. There is, oh Jesus Christian, what?
Only if you know how to read them, though.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Unless we're gonna go get our psychic hits off CNN.
Yeah, you get it from CNN. CNN will tell you anything. They amped this up. This was never going to be a big thing. This was just one of them things that you talk in your media voice, and it sounds a lot more important than it is. And then let's call in the experts, and then you get all these different faces of people who work at, Chick-fil-A and McDonald's or something. Suddenly they're experts on everything. So it was never going to really be that big of a deal. It was just going to be a conflict with the 8 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. The conflict was a bit hyped. There wasn't enough of them that were interested in coming back. Half of them are in jail, so it's
I was just going to say, Johnny, because there's significant growth here that looks to be very successful. Also, perhaps something that is very significant and important that's health related, that's metastasizing. Okay, so we're looking at it 2 different ways. And then that success and growth has been cut off, and there's a major freaking loss. So that whole group of people may not be as large and widespread as they appeared to be. They may have looked that way because it was so shocking what they did. A bunch of crazies that went and tried to stage a coup on behalf of a madman. Okay, and then the others could literally be dead or hospitalized from something that's health related that's spreading. There's the vaccines, there's death and illness, or not getting the vaccine. See what I'm saying? So, and it's not as big and widespread as they make it sound. I'm thinking this is less than 1/3 of the population. That, like Johnny always says, they're not big. They just look that way because they scream the loudest. You know what I'm saying? So
there's more of us than it is of them. There always has been. They just,
I get the devil involved here too, though, because the Republicans, the challenge was to get the Republicans to return. That's the challenge. But they didn't offer up the funds to fly them there and everything. Mm-hmm. They didn't offer them the support. They didn't come in, with any kind of support for them like they did the last time. And if you notice, there were no big name speakers or anything.
Everybody backpedaled out of that real quick. We're already witnesses in the first riot. We don't need to get caught up in this one too.
Securing the partnership on it. The walls were a little thin on that. They didn't get the money to do it.
Yeah, Linda G is not in the chat. That is a troll. So stop saying hi to Linda G. That's a troll. They've gone off into the cornfield now.
Hi, children of the corn.
So what I want to know is what's next. Yesterday was National Cheeseburger Day, and so maybe that's where they were. And getting hamburgers instead of actually trying to storm the Capitol again. Because again, ain't nobody brave. They just are loud. That's it. So what's next for them? Are they going to try to do another one? Or are they going to...
Well, according to my pillow guy, wasn't it something in December, January?
He was going to do New Year's. They were going to do yesterday. So what are they going to do next? Are they going to try another one, or are they just taking the ball and going home?
Now, I do think there's going to be more danger around the women's marches in October. So y'all be careful if you're going to those. Be alert. Because I think some of these idiots will do some nefarious things. Just like they tried to traumatize people at the Black Lives Matter marches, and then they'll claim it's Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But the terrorists are overseas. Yeah.
Yep.
Right down the street.
What's next? I feel like they're already messaging about it. They realize they need to show a strength after the fiasco of yesterday, and I feel like they're going to attack the government over COVID. That's my COVID card, to try to show like the injustices, something with COVID. And they're planning all their messaging now, and raising funds for this one. So there will be more in motion with this. There'll be buses and transportation and things. Sharing time and planning it together. There's dark money involved in this one. So I do get there's another event. I can't get when though. Erratic in nature. I can't get when. What y'all getting?
What you get, Vic?
I get. It's looking like they may have problems doing big events. So it looks like they perhaps plan online here and stick closer to home. So around their domestic area, wherever they live. So you're not going to see one of the little people here from Michigan go back to the Capitol because there's a problem here. They can't get there. See what I'm saying? So it stays more local here. So I don't know if it's because they're tapped out and broke because they spent all their money on legal fees and traveling to Washington whatever it is that they're doing.
And beer.
And beer.
Like beer.
8,000 freaking rounds of ammunition and God knows how many guns. You know what I'm saying? They blew all their paycheck on that. So for me, it looks like they stick closer to home. What's interesting is that there's a whole entire network of little people that are all in line. People of what's that term you say? People of like mind. But there's also people that are monitoring the situation here that are trustworthy. See what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's FBI or informants, but it looks more local and domestic to their area, if I'm interpreting this correctly. So
thank you, Edie, and thank you, Thelma. I get that the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Swords, they're going to start. They're going to do something else. Now, mind you, this is not here with the scheme and the star as well going towards the future. There will be more schemes and stupid stuff. It is over health, and I know that many people are suing Biden's administration for the mandates and all that type of thing. But this does not feel like it has the fervor of January 6th. This is more of an emotional thing. They'll go out, they'll shout, and then they'll go back home. So there is no real moving the needle. I always say this too, just this goes for whoever your cause is and whatever your rally is. You have to take the protest out of the street and into the courtroom if you want something to move. So you can't just go out and hold your signs and shout, because then the media will cover it and then they'll be on to something the next day, and your entire effort is somewhat in vain because nothing actually moved the needle. Civil rights went from the street to the courthouse. That's why it went so far. But this one is just a bunch of people in the street. So it's not something, they can't change anything. They're just
looting and creating a...
And this one, okay, another rant. I'm sorry. This is the rant stream, I guess. I am so... Never mind.
Damn it, Johnny.
I get so sick of this angry white voter that they talk about every single year, every single election year. Get over yourself, okay? Yep. The anger that anybody can feel in this country, there is a long line for. There's okay, never mind. Because I started talking about this. I'm gonna say it anyway. Back in the 9/11, and I saw it was on The View. I believe, where they were talking about the Star Spangled Banner, and after 9/11, everybody was patriotic. We all went to church and bought flags and were singing the national anthem. And then the Black national anthem was sang at a football game, and then, white people lost their mind. And so what I was saying was, yes, we were all unified in one once we were all attacked at the same time. But what happened to the "Oh Say Can You See" crowd when everybody else needed you to see their plight? What about the mother who crossed the border illegally, but then had her child taken from her and locked in a cage, and she got sent somewhere else, and now we don't know where either one of them is? What about all the unarmed Black people that were shot in the back or had somebody's knee on their neck? So when it was you and your security that was called into question, now you wanted to be, "Oh, say, can you see?" But now we want you to see what we're going through. Now you can't see it all. So save the angry white voter, okay? Because there's a whole bunch of people that got a whole bunch of plight and a whole bunch more anger than you. So get to the back of the line where you belong. And so you can't swing rocks in a coal mine somewhere. I'm supposed to feel bad for you. It's my behind. So, okay, I'm done.
That's part of the culture war that they've been stoking for decades, and that's just the culmination. Angry white voters. Get them to vote against the brown people, the Black people, the orange people, the purple people, because that's your enemy. That's your enemy, and you are entitled to everything. And
exactly, Heather. And the Native, never forget. Okay, 9/11, never forget. Yes, it was bad. Okay, but how about that we're on somebody else's land as we speak right now?
We stole it.
Can every single Native American stand up and say, "We'll never forget about us"? Never forget about the Trail of Tears, and never forget about slavery and women's suffrage, which is still going on today. So how about we never forget that part? How about the Japanese internment? How about we never forget that?
And can we just look at these, especially the white men, because the men feel what's demasculated or whatever the word is.
Mm-hmm.
The young white men, like just by the color of their skin, they have opportunities like to go to school and to get jobs and stuff without facing any kind of prejudice or anything, and yet they just turn into trash. It's just pathetic. They've got every opportunity in the world, and what do? They go storm our Capitol.
Yep.
Wearing a beaver helmet,
January 6th, never forget that the terrorists were not brown that day.
That's right.
But speaking of terrorists,
we all ran.
That's
a good rant.
Speaking of terrorists, does Donald Trump still have a hold on the GOP? Because his boyfriend, Michael Penitentiary, he wants to maybe run for president. But there's some book that says that it was a little stupid the way in my mind, the way it came across. That Donald Trump basically told Mike Pence, "I don't want to be your friend anymore."
And Mike Pence had to call Dan Quayle. I mean, of all the idiots to call, it's like that's who you came up with to call. Got it. Okay.
Company you keep and the counsel you take. Goodness gracious!
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Does he still have a hold on the GOP? Because the second part of this question is, does Mike Pence actually want to run for president? So,
because then you got the Satan and everybody else that are thinking about it. I'm sure Ted Cruz would love to throw his hat in the ring again.
That snake, I just can't.
Wasn't he born somewhere else? Can he run for president? I guess. Well, he did run for president. So
well, I think his parents were Canadian, right?
No, he's not Canadian.
I don't think he's Canadian.
And I'm sure Canada wouldn't claim him anyway.
They're Cuban Canadians, I think, because he's Cuban. Which makes me very angry as a Cuban American.
Thank you, Caroline. I have to lay them all out because I can't see none of these words. Okay. What you get, Megan?
No, they're just milking the cow for what they can get. which is a lot of orange. That's about it.
Wait a minute. What card in Lenormand is milking a cow?
I don't know. It just came out of my mouth. No, it's a betrayal. They'll stab them in the back the first chance they get. They're distancing themselves. They're just doing it for gain. Here, milking the cow. No.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, I don't remember a cow card. Wait a minute. We're a little dairy milkmaid. No, he's out in the cold from him. They talk in secret about him, and they're trying to be practical about the votes. He's there for image right now. They're not sure what they're going to do about him because he's a burden to the party, and he's off balance. So they're gonna try to do something about him. They're just watching him because he's a bully. So they're just kind of biding their time is what I'm getting. Biden their time.
Like the pun intended.
Unintended.
Because if you notice, Mitch McConnell, old saggy neck himself, said there will be no talks of impeachment. He's I mean, if you were really on Trump's side, you would be trying to get him back into office, reinstated, and no. They like Becca said, they were milking
Run, Forrest, run.
When he was president,
He's done. Get him.
I kept saying he's just a Sharpie. That's all he was to them.
Yeah.
Just sign this and I'll go on about my business. Sign this, I'll go on. They got their taxes in and they got their judges in. They got all these little things that they wanted. They got all these regulations rolled back. I was reminded of one of all these people that, especially black people, I'm going to call on us. I'm going to bring us to the carpet here. Who said Barack Obama didn't do nothing for us? Okay. There was a Safe Water Act passed where if it was water near a plant of any kind, you couldn't dump crap in it. And so when Trump came in, they rolled that back. So it was all of these little bitty things, these deregulations all over the country. So I get strength and the Page of Swords. They were just using him. Because he had the power and that's all they really wanted. That's all they really needed. It ends in the Nine of Cups. This is their greed and their wishes and their desires. He's not in power anymore. Therefore, we don't need you. What we need right now is a step-by-step, baby step transition away from him. Because we can't cut you off altogether because there's still crazy people who like you, but we need them to vote for us too. So yeah, he doesn't have that hold right now. He has a hold on the base, and that's some of the base, and that's what they want.
But dang, Johnny, dang! I mean, you can't tell me that a calculating political snake like Mitch McConnell's looking at the base and going, "Those are the people I want turning out for us." Because all the Republicans that were worth anything done left your party. There was one in the House of Representatives from Ohio that just announced he's leaving because this is a crapshoot. What's going on here?
He called Trump a cancer, and there's one up in the Northeast somewhere that flipped to being a Democrat this week.
Yep. You can't tell me Mitch McConnell isn't crunching the numbers and going, we are never going to win anything ever again with less than a third of this, which is the crazies that are left. No way.
So the question now is, would the GOP back Mike Pence?
Will the GOP back Mike Pence?
Yes, not necessarily the base, but would the GOP back him?
I think they would back a freaking horse poop. I mean, so long as we can get.
That's kind of what he is. He is the flag magnet after all. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're killing off their whole base, so they're going to have to keep gerrymandering and passing voter restriction laws because they're killing everybody.
Yep. Or they're killing themselves by poisoning themselves with God knows what else they're drinking it. I can't. I'm going to hell, Johnny.
Snake venom.
I'm telling you, they're going to see a video of them out there like Bear Grylls just catching a freaking cobra from the pet store and just eating its head off. Like, I'm cured.
Oh, God. Thank you, Cold Toes. Now, I will say this. Let me be fair. Okay? Let me be fair. For entertainment purposes only. If you drink snake venom, you will be cured because your ass will be dead. So you will not have COVID.
It will work. If you drink turpentine, it will cure the COVID.
You will be good and dead, so you will not have to worry about COVID anymore.
If you put an ultraviolet light up your butt.
Then drink some bleach. Make a cocktail of bleach, ivermectin, hydrogen peroxide, and whatever else they're eating over there in this happy hour. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not eat disinfectants.
But as I always say, Clorox does have a lemon flavor, so if you want variety, there you go.
What was that floor cleaner that smelled like? Is it Pine Sol?
Pine Sol's got many flavors. And regular people call them scents, but I mean, if y'all want to call them flavors, you go right ahead. you do what you want to do. I advise against it for the record. But
you know, if Pence did decide to run, please tell me that Kamala will run and we can have the fly episode again.
I swear if another fly lands on his head,
a fly and then a praying mantis on the other side.
Oh God. Thank you, Jill.
I get he's going to have some legal problems. I don't think he's going to get the opportunity to. Yeah, he was the emissary for the king, and he partnered with them on his plans, and justice is coming for him. So, I get that the Republicans are going to push a woman forward that they think is strong to run for the White House, that they can get donors behind. So they think they're being creative and showing, oh, look at us, we're going to have the first female president. Yeah, no. Maybe Liz Cheney will run over against Nikki Haley. Wouldn't that be fun?
Put Sarah Palin in there too while you're in.
Oh God!
Yeah, okay.
I can see Russia from my backyard. Mm-hmm. That's Sarah Palin.
Oh, along with my son, grandson /
Trig and Trap and Trauma and all them weird names she named all her kids. What'd you get back?
I get no because there's something around impeachment that there's a flurry of documentation that comes out. Well, I don't know if this is in regards to impeachment 1 or impeachment 2, which one it is, but there's an abundance of paperwork, records, documents that come out that may implicate him or put him, I don't want to say implicate, but like tie him to certain events that may be some sort of violation or bad. You see what I'm saying? So
him and his fly.
The Hangman and the 9 of Wands, there is a lot of pressure and a lot against him. This would be a very, very hard battle to win. I think they were thinking or leaning, this is going to oxymoron, someone a little more centrist. I'm going to say progressive was the word I wanted to say, but that sounds so wrong. But it's like somebody that would appeal to an independent, if that makes more sense. I even get the Mike Pence in here with his golden cap, and there he is, sort of with his arms folded, because he's not really the choice. There are people though who are really, really behind him with the strength and the lover's card, because he is a typical Republican. He is religious. He's white man. He's married, got kids. He fits that whole mode.
So maybe Dan Quayle a little campaign for him.
If I get Ace of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles, his opportunity is very, very small. It diminishes over time. So if he's got a good steam, he won't make it there.
Wasn't he also governor of Indiana? Was he governor or mayor?
Governor.
And he failed at that too. So what the hell makes him think Nobody likes you. Even people in your own church don't like you, Mr. Flyhead.
Thank you, Garbo. Well, speaking of don't like, Roger Stone was on a radio show, and apparently in the middle of the radio show got himself served with lawsuit papers.
Knock, knock, you get a subpoena.
So
did he have a meltdown? Did he have a meltdown on the, like, you know how he gets like all like,
apparently he tried to, I guess, make light of it like it was funny. So that's, I kind of was like, does this really happen, or was this like a staged thing? It felt staged to me, but January 6th lawsuit is what it is. So how will that go? How will the lawsuit against him go?
I should go get my gnarly teeth out and put in for Roger. God, that was an hysterical video of him, like, just literally clenching his teeth and steam coming out of his ears.
It was gonna pop off.
It was great. I have to go find that. It's in my must-watch playlist folder. It's like 2 or 3 years ago. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue. I had Temperance and 9 of Swords. This is actually something he's worried about. Because there are other people around him. I get the 5 of Swords, 7 of Wands, with this fighting and 5 of Swords is not fighting, but this is what's coming to my head. It's the bully card. So it's like this fighting and this advantage taking and that type of thing. He's actually worried about this, not just because of his involvement, but the people around him. They can't seem to escape it either, and therefore it looks even worse upon him. The Ace of Swords and the Judgment with the 8 of Pentacles, somebody has information. Enough information to actually bring a case. So with this Ace of Swords, there is some truth to that. The 10 of Pentacles, I don't see jail, but I do see an enormous loss of money. So this may be because he has to pay lawyers or whatever the case may be, but this is like near bankruptcy loss of money. Like it's an enormous loss of money. Or you could say that the money is the thing that is going to tie him, or is the thing that is going to lead him, but it's big time money. It's like, it's a lot.
Yeah, I get destitute too. Like he's going to have to watch his money after this. He's like, trapped on the radio and like, what are they doing here? And he already knows he's lost. You're right. He's burdened by this. There's a change in who's in power in America. And that includes the Justice Department. So he's looking for an attorney. Where's my attorney? I need to defend myself here. And I partnered with the wrong people, and this case is going to move forward. There's treason, treachery involved. He'll lawyer up. The truth comes out, and then he's like destitute. So he's like Trump. He doesn't have the money that he should have because he's lost a lot. He should have a lot.
Do bad things, get bad prizes.
I get that there's several of these purist little people. I don't know if this is Peanut Butter Boys or some other group of little people that are purist.
The Oath Creepers.
Yeah, but there's big problems for Stone. So I'm not sure if it's one of these little people that got busted and rat him out, or his link to these little people that gets him in trouble. But that's the outcome. It's not in his favor. It may take a while because Milley's is here and it mirrors over here to Whip. So it may be ongoing fighting sort of stuff, but it does not look good for him at all. Like bad.
I got a question about the Oath Creepers and Peanut Butter Boys. Is one of them going to tell where the money came from to pay for their airfare and buses and the money behind the rally January 6th. Is one of them going to rat that out?
So one's blew out.
Or are they going to have to start subpoenaing bank records to get it?
Kaya said, the oath creeper. She laughed so loud she scared the cat.
We say their name, we get demonetized.
So goofy.
Oh, three peanut butter boys.
Y'all know who we're talking about by our code names.
We gotta talk code. Here's another thing. Rant number 8. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Let me tell you something about yourself, YouTube. So I can't say Proud Boys. I'm gonna say it this time. I can't say Proud Boys. So I have to say Goofy Boys, because then you say, okay, that's not suitable for advertisements because they are controversial or whatever the case may be. So we can't sell ad space on a place that is talking about the Goofy Boys. Meanwhile, you let them on your platform.
Mm-hmm.
So not that their videos are monetized or nothing like that, but they can say anything and everything they want to say because it's an open forum. Meanwhile, they have a destructive and dangerous message. So maybe they shouldn't be on your platform. If I can't say it, they shouldn't be there. But if they're there, then I should be able to say it. So
same thing with the Quackanoners. You'd be surprised how many channels are Quackanoners just spreading misinformation. Yet we can't say it, but those people are allowed to have their own channels spreading misinformation.
Well, they got 1,500 videos out there promoting ivermectin. It's like 1,500. So you can't just put in your little algorithm hashtag ivermectin like I did and see there's 1,500 false information videos out there promoting it. Yeah. And then you throw garbage advertisements on my videos. Come on, YouTube. Mm-hmm. For entertainment purposes only.
Right.
Everybody's in a mood today. I guess we're like on the verge of a full moon. Let it out.
Red Sunday.
That's right. Big full moon.
I got a big yes. It might take some ball squeezing. But yeah,
I get somebody's betraying too, like because they're kind of bullied into it when they're questioned, and they've lost their case, so they're trying to get to higher ground by squeal like a pig. But yeah, they're backstabbing and trying to transition, and they're telling some stuff on Trump, and yeah, victory on that. They've got tangible information about the money, so they have receipts or something. They got some kind of documents that show the transfers of the money.
There's definitely one about transportation. The 6 of Swords and the Chariot, they're both transportation cards. There's also something about wire transfers as well. 7 of Pentacles and the Fool. Some of them do not know. They were just, because keep in mind, everybody who was there was not a protester. Some people were hired to do certain things. I need you to go here, do that, take this, take that type thing. The 6 of Pentacles and the Hermit, but somebody will shed information during an investigation, especially about money. So yes. Speaking of money, the president has a tower called Trump that has a $100 million bank loan that is on the watch list because it might default. Will he lose Trump Tower at all? Not just from this, but will he lose Trump Tower? That would be karma, and I would love to see it. You don't have to show it to me, but I would like to see it.
I don't know why, but the song Candyman, the Candyman can is running through my head. Candyman can.
That's the card I was looking for.
He sprinkles it with joy and makes the world taste good or something. I forget what the lyric was. Will he lose? Trump Tower.
Trump Tower is falling down, falling down, falling down.
Well, I was meditating on him today. I took a long tub bath. I was like soaking, and I always meditate in the tub bath. And I was thinking about him, like, okay, we've got a lot of planets that are retrograde that from now till the first of the year are moving out of retrograde. And I was like, what's that mean for Trump? Like, are all these cases going to start moving forward? And I just saw him mired in mud, like just slogging through mud, like he couldn't even pick his feet up for the mud.
Yeah.
Are you sure it was mud and not poop? Because he sure likes to sit in it.
Victory for sale, Trump Tower. Yee, yippee. Yep, going to foreclosure auction.
Mm.
Which, now that he's no longer president, he doesn't have people paying exorbitant amounts of money against oh God, my brain just went blank. Emoluments clause. That's how he was paying his bills before. People just bribing him through his properties. Well, you ain't there no more, homie, so how you paying for it? I get it's in trouble. If he has not already, he may soon be trying to negotiate something because it's bad. It's real bad over here. So I don't know, negotiating a bankruptcy or what, but it's.
I get Page of Pentacles first. And there is documents, money documents. This is his bank information, bank loans, bank whatever. Page of Pentacles first. Just like you said, the Eight of Wands follows with the Hierophant. There is some sort of negotiations, like you said. There's some sort of talking with an institution. There's some sort of, hey, how about I give you, $35, and then on the first I can give you 25 more. There's some sort of negotiations that he's hoping for here. However, there's the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles. There's secret loss or secrets about loss. I keep saying this, and it keeps coming up. That's why I keep saying it. There's a huge lie about how much money he's lost. It's always, I lost a bunch of money. I lost a bunch of money. I don't have any money. Don't have this, don't have that. And so here there's something coming in the court cases that is going to cause him to possibly default, or cause him to lose something in a settlement, or cause him to have to restructure something, bankruptcy, in a settlement. So yeah, there's a lot of financial trouble coming from him naturally, because that's the way karma works. When your life revolves around money, then those are where your problems come from. So yeah.
And isn't the House about to get his taxes? I mean, remember, the House is about to review his taxes. He's still got that whole mess going on over in New York for all the fraud he's been committing his entire life. And then CC left a comment here. This $100 million is part of $900 million debt due by 2023.
Mm-hmm.
900 million. I bet you it's more than 900 million. I mean, that's almost $1 billion right there.
And keep in mind, he's not an actual billionaire.
No, he's never been.
New York got his taxes. The House is getting his taxes. I wonder if somebody's going to subpoena all his bank records to show where the money came from and where it moved to, and his personal bank records.
No, I think that's already underway, because remember when right before he left the White House, he was trying to block Deutsche Bank. Remember that? And then Deutsche Bank was like, F you, and they still gave the paper. It went to court, and they still gave the paperwork to, I forget if it was New York or somebody was asking for the records from Deutsche Bank and another bank too. So they have the records. So, I mean, it's going to be a forensic accounting from like crazy because that was years and years and years of Weiselberg doing magic, so.
He's got magic cards too. Debit cards.
Yep.
The criminal probe into January 6th that Georgia opened is still going on down there. So this man's got more court cases than Judge Judy. I mean, this is insane. So that's still going on. So will there be any useful information that comes out of Georgia for that?
About his phone call for the election interference that he was doing? Where they have
him from their probe. They're still probing the Jan 6 incident, I guess, and him trying to, of course, overturn the election.
So what is the question? Lindsay, because they're looking at Lindsay too.
What is the question about Georgia then?
Will there be any useful information that comes from their probe?
Which probe? The January 6th probe?
Yes.
And I get my learning opportunity right on the bottom. Yep, on strength on the whole network and all their subterfuge working together. They're going to be offering up some information about the votes. And how they tried to manipulate them. So, yeah, I get something comes out trying to change votes too, about how many times, he tried to get them to change the votes. There's something more coming out about it because he lost. He's a loser, but he's a bully. There's definitely something more coming out.
What you get, Beck?
You're going to be hearing from a woman who's going to be delivering some news about a man that's guilty AF. So I would say, yes, there's going to be something that comes out. You might hear it from a woman. Now, I don't know. Wait, is the Attorney General in Georgia a woman?
Yeah.
So it might be coming from her because there's the speaking woman delivery. And then there's a guilty man. So
election meddling.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I would say yes.
I get the moon.
I'm sorry. It may have something to do with a phone call or some sort of a meeting with birds here. So sorry.
His hey, find me some votes here and throw away the rest of them there.
Mm-hmm.
I get the moon, the first card, so there's some sort of wading through the darkness here. It's unclear. They don't have access to everything, but the 3 of Wands and the strength, they can help a larger case. Because I get the temperance and the Ace of Pentacles. There is information they can give up that helps a larger case. So it's not like he's going to be, jailed in Georgia or something because something they find. I think whatever it is that they have is not enough to indict, but it's enough to add to whatever is somebody else has. So, yes, something useful comes out about what I don't know. But, yes, something useful comes out. So let's take a turn here and do some election races. Virginia governor's race. Will Terry McAuliffe, will he win? Or he or she, I don't know who it is actually, but will they win?
It's the Democrat in Virginia running for governor.
Is Terry McAuliffe a man?
Yes.
So I get man, I get house, and moon. It's looking pretty good for him. So.
I get card of celebration on the bottom here. He's everybody's shining a light on him. I'm getting. I get the energy right now is looking very satisfactory on him. Also, what's crowning him overall. But I get a yes card here. People bond with him and cast their votes for him, and he's in charge.
I get a man here too with the star. So this is a very, very, very good outlook for him. The star is most positive card in the tarots for me. The Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, there's work to be done and an official role somewhere, some governor's mansion or White House as we use it. There is also some very deep knowledge. There's a lot of things that I guess maybe he promised, but there's a lot of things he's going to have to do that he's going to have to stick to or be stuck to, which is promises. So this is also a good sign because it means that he's in there to actually try to do some of that. So as of right now, I get a yes that he shall win. So the next one was, where is that? Okay. James Craig is running for governor of Michigan, and his speech lasted all of 40 seconds because he was shouted down. And they were shouting Black Lives Matter at him and all these other type of things. He was a former police chief who dropped the ball when it came to protesting and protecting Black people and so forth and so forth. So, will he win?
James Craig?
Yes.
Governorship in Michigan?
Michigan, it says.
So is the woman not rerunning the bin that's in there that they tried to kidnap? I'm assuming he may be a Republican running against her.
I'm not sure.
Y'all help us out in chat. Is the woman in Michigan still running?
Wasn't she in one of them Dakotas? No, she wasn't.
She's the one that almost got kidnapped. That they caught the plot to kidnap her. Is she rerunning? And is James Craig a Democrat or a Republican? If y'all can help us Google it.
Because I looked him up. Gretchen Whitmore is what they're saying. Whitmore.
Yeah.
All it kept saying is he was running and he was former police chief, and then it went all into that other stuff about how he dropped the ball.
Beto's running in Texas.
Well, good for him. I'll make sure y'all support it.
Craig is a Republican. Good, because I get he's a loser. I get somebody hangs on, so I'm assuming Whitmore is running again.
All he got to say was, "My name is James Craig, and I'm running for governor." He couldn't get nothing else out because they were shouting him out. What you get, Nick?
Whitmore is running.
I get no, but he's going to have a lot of support from certain unions and certain sects of the population that are, I'm just going to say nervous, to put it kindly. So perhaps militia members and that whole part of the fiasco. And maybe that's who he's going to try to cater to for support, but it might be nerve-wracking watching the polls because it shows strong commitment from that group. So the numbers might be off at first a little bit, but no, if that makes any sense at all, what I just said.
I get that he has some support from rather people who have an advantage in society. I'll say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But his support he needs to be governor is it's a shell, so it's very hollow. So it's not enough for him to get there. His dreams and wishes are not really coming true. It's more stuck in someone else's power. So no.
Yeah.
So the next one,
I think Gretchen Whitmer will hang on there.
Okay. So this man is running for Senate in Oklahoma, or to be the Oklahoma senator in the U.S. Congress. Pastor Jackson Lahmeyer, Lahmeyer, is running for Senate. He said that if you go online, because they do have cyber church. So if you go online and donate to his church at least $1, just to show that you are a part of the church, he will sign a COVID note for you so that you don't have to get the vaccine or wear a mask. He will sign
So he's going to play mommy and give you a note to lay out of school.
Wait, hold on a minute. If I may, aren't there a bunch of people being busted by the feds right now for having fake COVID, and the people that are sending out fake COVID cards? Kind of like the lady here in Napa Valley, California, that was a naturopath that was convincing her clients not to get the vaccine, but I'll fake a card for you, but go take some vitamin D.
His is a little different because those people are saying that they've been vaccinated. Is that what it is? His is like you don't have to because you have a religious exemption. And
Okay. So it's not him faking the. It's not him faking the card.
It's kind of like being a conscientious objector to fighting in a war. I'll give you a religious exemption to getting your COVID vaccine.
Yes.
Go meet Jesus then, by all means. So what was the question, Johnny? Is he going to win senator?
Is he going to win? Yeah, we're doing the
What state's he in?
Oklahoma.
Pastor Crazy Pants in Oklahoma. Is he going to win senatorship? Pastor Crazy Pants in Oklahoma.
Religious exemption. So you don't
give him $1. He'll give you an exemption and maybe a little bit of horse tranquilizer.
You guys give Johnny $1 and he'll send you a Jesus prankerchief. Okay.
Because they're going to need those prayers.
Red prayer, Jesus, hey, prankerchief.
Prankerchief.
But you know, maybe you might want to take care of yourself because in heaven there is no more Captain Crunch. So
that's right.
You might want
Okay, we have to go to Met Gala for a minute. Did y'all see Rihanna? What's his name? A$AP Rocky that came in with Rihanna at the Met Gala in his Captain Crunch.
He was wearing Captain Crunch
blanket. He was wearing Captain Crunch.
Jesus.
So he's got to wear it here because he won't be able to wear it in heaven.
Oh, Jesus. You can't make it up. Pastor Jackson, will he win, Becca?
Nope. And he's going to have financial problems too. I don't know. Bear Rider Mountain, hell no. And he might have there might be some news coming out about he's got a pile of debt. He owes a bunch of people money. The bills are piling up. It's financial problems. So,
you know, it's a little bit like pay to play for a vote. I get he gets a legal problem with that. It's like, I'll give you this card and then vote for me kind of thing. Like he's doing a little election crap.
Bribing people for votes.
Right, bribing people for votes. He's going to be put in defense mode over, something to do with the votes. Like he's bribing for votes.
Prankerchief.
Prankerchief.
He's going to need it.
There is a very enormous, gigantic worry with the strength and the 9 of swords. So it's not he's not going to win, but he's stepped in something that he probably should not have. Oh Lord Jesus, lucky girl.
What song?
There's something about financing, not just money, but financing, that is going to cause some sort of strain upon him. But no, for the answer to the question, no.
You tell me that doesn't look like he's wearing Captain Crunch.
Yeah, Captain Crunch. You know what? Wouldn't it be funny if he bankrupted the church or something like that?
Show up good.
Because he might be, as they say, effing up the church money down there.
Mm-hmm. And all these fools just happy to hand over their paychecks for Jesus when it's the preacher taking it all and living high on the hog.
But speaking of, this was little side petty. I have to show y'all what Trump does on his vacations.
Oh my God. Over there trying to be like Vladimir Putin on his horse.
Wonder what Putin thinks when he hears the explosion in the diapers.
except the Orange Menace has never fired a gun before in his life, much less a rifle to go out there hunting. And he would probably crap his pants at the first sight of a ginormous bear or something like that, you know.
So religious exemptions are the new flavor right now. This is how you get out of taking the vaccine or even wearing a mask. A lot of hospitals, though, are trying to crack down on this and saying you don't have to take the vaccine, but you have to test negative every day or every week or something like that. Depends on what your guidelines are in your particular hospital. But there is an article, Lord Jesus, who is this from? I cut it off because I just screenshot it. But they were saying in this article that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and all of these different vaccines don't have stem cells in them. They were tested on stem cells. And so it's like they were tested on stem cells to see if it worked. That's why people are trying to fight the vaccine, is what this article was saying. And so the hospitals are now saying that for you to claim religious exemption, you have to also not take anything else that is tested on stem cells. Like Tylenol, Pepto-Bismol, aspirin, Tums, Lipitor. I don't know how to say that one, so I'll move on.
The antibody therapy that they give you when you get COVID.
Regenavir, I was just going to say that.
Ibuprofen, Maalox, X-Lax, Benadryl, Sudafed, albuterol, Preparation H, MMR vaccine, Claritin, Zoloft, Prilosec OTC. So if you take any of those, then you cannot claim religious exemption because you take other things that are also tested on stem cells. So will this religious exemption actually hold up? Because Tylenol, aspirin, ibuprofen are very, very common in American households. And X-Lax, Maalox, Tums.
Everything I have to take when I hear one of those evangelicals. Because they give me a pain in the butt and a pain in the head, a pain everywhere.
Like, pretty much your entire aisle in the drug department is
Now, I can see some religious groups like Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't even celebrate their own birthdays. They don't take time. It's like those people I can understand. Some Christian scientists that also drank the Kool-Aid that there is no such thing as disease. Some of them I can understand. But the evangelicals that have no problem taking a bunch of ivermectin and then having to go to the store to get Preparation H and then saying, I don't want to take no dang vaccine, you know.
Thank you, Brandon. You need Preparation H after all that dewormer.
Brandon, that's my biggest pet peeve about our government. The fact we cannot keep separated church and state. It drives me nuts.
Yep. Too many Republicans and their lobbyists trying to make us into a theocracy.
I get it won't hold up. They're out in the cold on this one. They're going to lose it. But they're going to come up with something else. They're going to try another legal course. So they just keep running that loop in their head till they die.
Good. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
I gotta know. Perhaps it results in families being bound to their own homes. So I don't know if you got kids and your kids are old enough to get vaccinated and you refuse, you may have to homeschool them. But it causes a lot of problems for families here. But families themselves, perhaps the vaccine, the core of the vaccine people, they lose and they also get sick. Does that make sense? So it's like the religious exemption doesn't pass. And there's restrictions on it to where it's like it's a loss for them. Do you see what I'm saying? So if I'm making any sense at all.
Mm-hmm. I get that there is loss of support. I think this is individual with the 10 of Cups. This is the family card, but this is you and your coworkers. So there might be something about individual institutions. Like you could probably get a religious exemption if you worked at, Rite Aid, but you can't get the religious exemption at the hospital. So it's Rite Aid is a pharmacy for those overseas. So you may be able to get away with it some places, but not other places, and especially hospitals. But they, just like Jen said, they're going to come up with something else. So 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. You're going to be at conflict. They're just going to switch it up, and maybe I don't know what they claim next. Like this, that's I don't know. I don't know what you claim next after that.
We're beyond crazy at this point.
Religious exemption. Get out of here. Okay.
I just have to say to our viewers that are in the live chat, I love going back like the day after we do these Sunday night lives and watching again and watching the chat, because I have trouble keeping up with the chat when we're live, but I do go back and watch all of y'all's comments because y'all are funny. There are so many funny comments in there. I just sit there and laugh at the comments.
This was one I forgot to write down too. Marie Henson, who's in here, because winter is around the corner. She's down there in Texas. Will their grid fail again this year? And Ted Cruz.
I'm gonna put this one out because I've already done a GT on Hot Wheels over there. So I'm gonna set this one out if you guys don't mind.
Will their grid fail and Ted Cruz go to Cancun and
may go to Mexico City this time.
Just the sound of his voice, and then his pointy ass, freaking nose. You ever notice Ted Cruz? It's like pointy, like this. He just looks like a creeper, dude. If I had kids, I would not leave him at his house alone. His
nose is kind of like Grandpa in the Munsters back in the 60s. He had that little kind of hook, sharp nose.
Yeah.
I don't like to look at him. He makes me think violent thoughts. It's like you just want to thump him. And it's like because he's so slimy and squirmy and.
Yeah. He gives me the creeps, dude. If I had kids, I would never leave him at that man. That's the kind of creeper vibe I get from him.
Yeah, he gives me pedo vibes completely.
Mm-hmm.
I get it holds up, but it's going to cost you because it's strong. They've done something. They've changed something to strengthen it, but yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So you got power. Can you pay for it?
There is a lot of work being done. The 8 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, a lot of work. Interestingly enough, Tesla being on this card. There is a lot of work being done, I guess, to make sure you don't have a repeat from last year. As of right now, 8 of Swords, it looks like it holds up. But there is still a call on government to balance this out, because there is the Page of Wands, the Hierophant, and then the Justice card. So there is still a call upon government to balance this out. Like this isn't fixed. You're just doing more work
and charging more for it.
I think that's the problem. I think the problem is they don't want government help. They just want to keep it privatized. And then when those private companies just want to freaking price gouge people, oh, we turned off your power. You didn't have any, but here's a $17,000 bill. Have fun. It's like.
Update. Lynn Carroll readings she had her surgery. She is recuperating. A lot of pain naturally because the body doesn't like to be cut. But she is recuperating. Hopefully we can get her to read with us next month. So just a little update on that there. Let's talk about something else goofy here. TMZ was bought by Fox Entertainment. Will TMZ become more right-wingish than it already is now that it is part of Fox Entertainment, Fox News? Fox Business or Fox whatever they call it, umbrella name, but it's Fox News.
Will it become more right-wing? I wasn't asking about that. What you showing me here? I'm getting this whole kind of restructuring thing. Like I get for now, like, yeah, they're going to shift a little bit more to the right, I get. But they're charging in there, and it's going to be a little bit slow moving. They're going to kind of hang on the way it is right now, try to work together. But I get like contracts complete. When contracts, like for the people that speak, they're going to change their messaging, working out the details of who their stars are going to be and stuff. And that's when we're going to start seeing a shift. But there's some people they're going to let go, or force into retirement.
What you get, Michael?
Yes, they're going to change. They're going to change.
I didn't get yes or no, so I'm going to assume yes because there is a huge loss of support because of conflicting messages. So it's not like it used to be. I forget who that other person is. It's Rudy Giuliani fighting with somebody with the world on fire back there. But yeah, they're going to change their messaging. It's going to be a little different than it used to be. Now, okay, let's talk about E. Jean Carroll lawsuit. How will that go? Donald Trump cannot stop it, said the judge. So how will that go?
I'm going to ask from E. Jean Carroll's perspective. Will she win? She needs that DNA swab. She's got evidence. I guess she's going to win it, but it's going to transition to a higher court, like on appeal. Here she is on the bottom. It's a big fight, truth coming out. She has a hard time getting something she needs for the preliminary part of it. So the DNA swab or something. But she gets cooperation of whatever she's looking for, the tangible thing. But I get when it's complete, like she wins, she comes out on top. But I get it's going to like transfer into like another court somehow. So please, appellate court or whatever.
I get a family that's very nervous about a loss, but Eugene Carroll stands very strong and she's solid. So it's solid on her part, but then there's a family over here that's pooping their pants. So
I start with temperance, so there's a lot of support here, and it looks okay, it looks good, that type of thing. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of disappointment because something it's not blocked, but it is being ignored, or it is not being taken seriously with the Two of Swords, Three of Swords. But the Four of Wands and the Devil, there is something in a court that may not go well, so it may need to go to another. It may need to something is awry, because I get the Devil and the Page of Swords. Something is going in a very negative direction with that one. So that's, mind you, keep this in mind too. This is energy, therefore it can be changed. It can be rectified and ratified. So if this is something that's that important to you, send her some good energy, send her some protective energy, so that the truth will come out, or the truth will win. Because we know how he plays. Okay.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne. Hi, Joanne, by the way.
hi, Joanne.
So, what kind of time? Okay. Bernie Sanders is trying to introduce $1,000 vouchers for seniors to help with their medical care. Thank you, Patricia. To help with their medical care. How likely is that to come to pass?
I'm waiting on them to lower the Medicare and Medicaid age to 60 so I can get some health insurance. Get a health insurance, but I'll have like a $7,000 deductible or something crazy.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Lisa, for posting the questions.
Well, I get they secure it because of COVID. Because I get victory on the bottom. I get something steady because of COVID, because a lot of people are still suffering from post-COVID symptoms. That there's a lot of people that are still in bed, so to speak. They offer it up. I get the Republicans look at them like they've got three heads. But I get they secure it. Somehow they secure it. They get enough votes. And yeah, that's crazy. I did not think that I would see that would go through.
What'd you get, Becca?
If this is in regards to the vote here, it looks like it's successful. And then there's your abundance and your checks and your cash for you to be able to make transactions, so purchases. It's looking good. And this now, is it going to stay at 1,000? I don't know. Maybe they'll vote and knock it down, and it may be like 500 or 600, or but it shows that
a good chance.
That it's a good chance. Yeah,
I'm shocked.
I know.
I start with the Six of Cups in the Tower. So there is something about this that happened once before. This could have been part of a bill, and it was taken out. So because this is something nostalgic, so it's coming back again.
It's something they looked at before.
Yeah, but the Tower is there, so it was cut out. And then I get the Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords. It was cut out because it was claimed to be too much money or whatever it was. This was a lie, or it was just greed on somebody else's part. Or I'd hate to sound, because I don't want to, well, hell, whatever. I try not to sound so partisan, but I mean, hell, if you came over here, you should pretty much know I don't care for Republicans or Donald Trump. So they seem to, whatever it is that they vote for, it has to hurt people, whatever it is. I don't want you to have health care. I don't want you to have money. I don't want you to have life. I don't want you to, like George Carlin, pre-birth, you're okay. Preschool, you're effed. So it's like, I don't want you to have things. But it ends in the Nine of Pentacles. It's secured somehow. And it is secured by cooperation.
Which, Lord have mercy. I cannot wait, because
I believe when I see it.
I know I'll believe it when I see it too, but I know that a majority of our audience is older. We're aware of the demographics. I take care of my mom, and what her Medicare doesn't cover comes out of my pocket. That would be a huge help if they did get a voucher so that she could.
And unless everything else on it, it comes out of your pocket every time.
Yep.
Every time something comes up.
Yeah.
I have to say, when I do personal readings, it's such a joy to be pretty much guaranteed I'm going to be reading for someone that's not a Republican.
So let's see what else we got here. Oh, someone had in the comments, Joel, I think I seen, said that Prince Andrew is talking about settlements with his victims. So I have down here, will he ever face any charges whatsoever? This is why, I guess, like somebody else said, we needed Bernie Sanders. He has the ideas that they need. If you can pay for bombs and guns, you can pay for healthcare. Face any charges.
That's kind of surprised that Prince Philip's will is being hidden for 90 years. Like when Kennedy died, they only hid all the reports for 50 years. I'm like, good God, 90 years. Like even the great grandchildren will be gone by then, Prince William. Oh, you lie, you lie, you lie. You're doing it for image. He thinks sending money to the women makes him look stronger and supportive. No, I get he gets away with it in the courts, that he'll never. He's just gonna spend time, trying to shift money and shift blame and shift everything.
Or hiding in his castle while he gets a bazillion dollars a year from taxpayers in London.
It's all about money, money, money. I've never seen so many Pinnacle cards come up if I held them all up.
Well, it started off good and promising, and I was like, yay! And then I was like, yay! And then I was like, crap.
It's
like they have enough evidence to secure it. but then there's this problem here. You know, so
I get the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Cups. There is some sort of offer or some sort of explanation, or whatever the case may be. It's clouded in garbage with the Seven of Cups. It's not clear, but it's ambiguous on purpose. Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant, there's some sort of money document that goes out to a government or to an institution. So it may be a wire transfer or something of that nature. I think, though, and I'll believe this when I see it too, there might be some court in his future.
mm-hmm.
There might be someone on his soil that he stands on that is going to accuse him too, or whatever the case may be. But he also stands in court for something. So I guess we'll see.
And that's the thing about the royals. Even though they play no part in everything, they're just sitting there sucking up money from the public because, oh, look at us, we're royal people. You know, we won the birthing lotto. But like, you would think in order to keep their name clean, they would throw that piece of crap to the wolves, because that is tainting your royal name. You know, like, throw it to the wolves, let them have it.
Well, it's like the Catholic Church. We got to protect our own.
Yeah.
So you steal money, and
so it's just like corporations. You know, if you report somebody higher up for sexual harassment, guess who gets let go? You know,
yeah, the employee, not the higher up.
Yep.
So let's, speaking of higher ups, in Haiti, the president was killed, and the prime minister had a conversation with the person who killed him a few days before that. The prime minister is under investigation by the prosecutor, but he just now fired the prosecutor like last week.
Oh,
So
nice.
you fired the person investigating you, straight out of the book of Trump. Will they come? I won't say is he guilty, but will they get to the bottom of his assassination? Will they
There's
find
so much corruption there. It's just so sad what's happened to Haiti. It's just. I get there's a payoff. There's a big payoff. Like the prime minister, like I feel like he knows who did it. They're all working together on it. So I get cover up. I get they get away with it.
what you get, Becca?
Are they going to get to the bottom of who killed him?
I have to clarify. I do feel like they'll find a scapegoat that they'll blame.
That's what I was going to say, because it's like there's this negotiating and talking and meeting, pain and suffering, but then someone here that takes the burden. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I was like, wait, are we asking him who killed, like who fired the gun or what? Because this is like, this person takes on the burden here. So like a scapegoat, sort of. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's exactly what I got. I got the Four of Cups and the Empress. Yes, there will be a conclusion. It is not conclusive. The Magician and the Seven of Swords. Somebody plays scapegoat. The Eight of Cups. This is like, just so this goes away, because this is becoming a bit strenuous. So just so this goes away, this person takes the blame. It reminds me of, for whatever reason, Dr. Murray, who killed Michael Jackson, not by himself. So it's like, you take the blame and then we can all move on happy ever after. Speaking of happily ever after, how does this story end? Did it end, or is it still going? Jong-un has been looking rather different lately.
He's like Skinny Boy Randy, our gardening guy now. He's thin.
He dropped about 14 uns, and so he's very skinny. He's got a different haircut. He's not Bart Simpson anymore. He's smiling. He's holding his children's hands. He's probably chasing butterflies off of cliffs, the whole thing. What was the question you wanted us to look at there?
Is it really him, or is he still dead? I was laughing about the Chevy Chase on Saturday Night Live back in the 70s, and what's the guy from Spain? Marcos is still dead. Ferdinand Marcos is still dead every week. Is Kim Jong-un still dead, or
I never got
him?
So let me see. Is that him?
Holding hands with his kids, he'd never do that, and never even held his wife's hand.
She would have with some fried chicken in it. I got the ends just. Oh, what we won't do for cholesterol, I say. I don't know what this is.
So it's like a mirror image, you know. He looks just like you, except for this is a man, this is a woman. Like, it looks just like you. I get it. Somebody new, they're trying to show a different perspective to him, and so I asked, "Where's Kim Jong-un?" He's still dead. He's like still on the other side. He's transitioned. He's gone. His life is complete, ended. He's still dead. What'd you get, Becca?
I get that there's a woman here that has the answer for an opportunity. So I don't know if this is something his sister brought up, but it was an answer to something. There's the government or an institution here, a little person or a new person in the house. I asked if the person in the pictures is really him. And this is saying this woman found a solution for an opportunity. So
found somebody that looked close enough.
And I asked where he was.
He got tickets to the park.
I don't know.
I get that there is like there's clouds of rumor around the seven of cups and the ace of wands around his action, around his authority, around his ideas. So it's like he, with the eight of swords, he is trapped somewhere, not in a box necessarily, but he is trapped somewhere. Like he's not conscious. He's not, I've never gotten he's dead, but this person is not him. I got the seven of swords and the eight of pentacles. There's somebody in his place. This is a scheme and a scam for some reason. I don't know what or why, but it's a scheme and a scam.
So, and it makes sense too, because remember Trump used to call him Little Rocket Man before they fell in love. And he was always over there like, he was always over there running his mouth and trying to launch missiles and stuff. When's the last time we've heard anything like that coming out of North Korea?
Uh-huh.
You can't tell me homeboy either didn't get tickets to the park or he's laid up somewhere.
So they probably wanted to open a golf course over there.
Because now they're in a buddy cop movie all of a sudden. In the chat right now, we're going to do, well, let me do my announcements again first. So Halloween, October 31st, we will be live. October 17th is the birthday of Becca Lenormand. So we will be on her channel celebrating her birthdays. And so
I will, for those of you that don't know, Lynn from Lynn Tarot Readings, has the same birthday as I do. So I was going to see how she's doing, if she would be up for that, or if she has other plans. Not promising anything. I will extend the invitation.
Awesome.
So that
October 17th, that is on a Sunday. Mark your calendar. We will be live on the House of Lenormand. Halloween stream, we will be on Jen Lynn Tarot. I always do that too.
In costumes.
In costume. We will have some.
Don't miss it.
I'm going to do the giveaway now. If you want to read it, go to jenlyntarotreadings.com. Don't email. I will be live Tuesday with Tony, Wednesday with Tony and Lori, and then Monday, the following Monday, not this Monday, the following Monday, Jen will be live with the fantastic Jody Roberts.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be at like 10 a.m. something kind of early in the morning.
Yeah.
Since it's 10 a.m. Central Time is what we were talking about.
Some good old breakfast healing there.
Coffee and probably snoring a little.
So in the chat, type a number 1 through 100. And the first one I see, not the first one who types it, the first one I see, I will send this to you. Send me your information at tarotsaapprentice@gmail.com.
Good luck, everybody.
Go.
Look, girl, those are letters, madam. God dang, that went fast. Wait a minute. I wasn't ready for that. For those guessing, it's a little number, so go smaller. Go smaller. It's a little number. It's not 1, though. There's 3. I seen it, Terry. You got it. Terry Solaris. Send me your
Yay! One of our moderators.
TarotsApprentice@gmail.com, and I will send you these at my earliest convenience. So remember, Halloween, we will be here. It will be on a Sunday anyway, but we will be here. Thank y'all for joining us. We will be on Jen Lynn Tarot next week.
Look, Lucy made an appearance.
Hi, Lucy, vampire killer. Can you please come over to my house too? Because I found a rat outside and it ate one of my tomatoes, so I need to borrow the kitty.
So thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for all of the questions and things. We had so many. I'm going to try to do some more videos and things for the ones we didn't get to. So we will see y'all next week. Y'all have a good night.
On Jenny's. Bye.
Bye-bye.